What's going on, everybody? Sorry for that little bit of a lag at the beginning there, but welcome to another week at the Hideout here, guys. Super excited, ready for what is to come as far as like DCU news and more anime. James Gunn came with it. We're going to talk the finale today on Peacemaker. We're going to go over a little bit of anime. Again, My Heroes on weekly, and then One Punch starts tomorrow.
Yes.
As we talked about it there at the very end, you know, so that was something that we were confused about. Like, I didn't know what was going on.
My Hero.
Oh, did you? Okay. No. But you read the manga, so you know, so you're good. You're good.
But I want to see it animated.
Yes, no, I was about to say we'll talk about that. It's actually is it Bone Studio, right?
Yeah.
So they're coming with it. It looks pretty good. So I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, guys. So we're gonna make it a nice, short, sweet episode. We got some obligations to do afterwards. But let's see here. We're gonna start with our good old fashion news. Let's see.
Hey,
nice. All right. Well, if you hear something that you want to put your 2 cents in, just jump in. But we at least know you're listening for sure.
It's kind of crazy because I think this is the first time in a while we've been actually on time.
Yes, legitimately at 2:00. Like we are on our scheduled time frame. Like,
outside of the little bit of lag that we had. Yes.
Yeah. That's funny. But yes, guys, we are actually on time. But speaking of that is one of the things that on the news. We'll make sure we post it on Facebook. But Wolvis, that you're listening, we won't be covering on next weekend. We will be out, and then on the end of the month on November 1st.
November 1st, yeah.
November 1st. So again, we'll make sure we put that on Facebook. We will be out for those 2 weekends. And again, briefly in there, we'll have an episode, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So stay tuned with us, guys. Again, we try our best.
Especially around the holiday time is when we kind of
that is when it gets scattered. Yeah. That is true.
The jobs,
overtimes, the family.
It's a lot of stuff. So.
But again, y'all have made it this far. To those who join us, in this journey, thank you for staying with us, even on those spotty times. And then again, we were terrible with posting it on Facebook and everything. So, oh well. But
we'd be like, oh yeah, we do have one.
Yeah, my family is coming this Friday. Sorry, my fault. So again, we are absolutely terrible. As we are on the show, we are in real life. So no fake personalities. Yeah, no fake personalities here. Like, we definitely are, what we are here. So but yeah, guys, we're gonna start with our good old fashioned news. One of them was Fire Force Season 3 was officially going to begin in January the 9th.
Oh, nice.
So with it being on January 9th, it will, that is part 2 of Season 3 that's right now.
Because I was thinking, I was like, didn't our Season 3 already started?
Yeah.
Part 2 season. They're going to bust a damn...
Attack on
Titan final season part 1, part 2.
So it threw me off for a little bit. Again, I still haven't caught up on that one.
Yeah.
So again, it was so long of a gap that I remember watching. I was like, I'm gonna just watch the last episode. Most people do tend to be able to remember, based off the last episode. Watch that last episode. I was like, nope. I do not recall how we got here. I do not recall how we got here. So I think the only one that I'll be able to do so is One Punch. Because I watched it 2 times through back to back. Like I told you, I loved it so much that I literally.
Well, did you watch the recap? I haven't watched the recap yet.
I did not. I didn't get to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if it strayed away from the finale and the recap. I would hope it did something different. You know what I mean? To bring in season 3.
I think they would like kind of do it like a culmination of like what major stuff happened, who's going. What,
Got it.
But I'm like, again, I haven't watched it, so I'm not sure.
So yeah, okay, I can feel that. But again, I that's what I would like to do. I'll probably watch the last episode, the recap, and then the new episode.
Yeah.
So, but again, I can't even watch the other animes. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. So,
well, you like One Punch enough. I think you
at least One Punch. I think I'll be on it. And My Hero is going right now. So. I miss the kaiju release days like every time. So, but I watched the first one, and again, it came hard. I'm loving the goofy badasses right now.
Yeah,
the badasses are the goofy characters.
The goofiest ones,
you know. So
like it's like the few like that are actually really really hardcore are the like
the serious. Yeah. So. I enjoyed it, so I will talk about that if we get to that one. But yeah, no, it came hard. The animation really came hard.
It's
so
crazy.
Did you finally watch it, or are you?
I'm slowly catching up with it again because I caught up like I was like 5-ish episodes in, and then I kind of fell off of it again.
Okay.
But it's just like the animation for that isn't. I think I'm just kind of spoiled with certain animation now because you go like for one is Demon Slayer, another one will be like Solo Leveling.
You got your Lord of Mysteries.
Lord of Mystery was
mind.
so good. And then you look at Kaiju, and I'm just like, it looks like professional. And then somebody downgraded certain ones to like college level. And then Kaiju looks like
Apprentice.
Yeah, dude. And then somebody's like trying to get apprenticeship.
Yeah,
that's what Kaiju is. I feel, and I was like, I feel bad for saying this, but you compare these animations side by side. They are
controversial take.
No, sometimes.
Yeah, no. But I told you that when I first started watching it, that I had like the animation I had to get used to for some reason. So I remember saying that, but no, for sure, like after seeing all these great animated animes right now, like to go there, you're just like, I was expecting better. Like,
what you have to do is like step back and go back to like the early 2000s, rewatch some of that stuff, and you're like, oh yeah, Kaiju's better.
Yeah, Kaiju's so much better. I can see that. But I was thinking of the Liar Liar when Jim Carrey's in bed. He's like, I've had better. He's like, I've had better. Like,
really?
Is that?
It's sad too because it's just like the story is interesting. It's a pretty decent but I'm just like, man, like I was watching it and there was one I forget what episode it was, but there was one episode where they're explaining certain things, and I'm over here like legit just racking my brain. I was like, it's been a minute, and granted, I like read through the whole manga like almost in a week. I was like, it's been a minute since I read this, but I don't remember none of this. And I was like, I would think like, especially when it was lore wise, you know me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love
that. Sounds weird.
I was like, I love the lore. I don't remember this in the manga, but thank you because I like what you're doing. If it's not,
yeah. Okay, so did you ever go and confirm it?
I was going back, but it's kind of hard because.
You don't know what chapters it falls in.
I'm kind of like jumping between chapters.
I can see what you're saying.
It's too wide of a gap.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably look it up online. People like do chapter.
Stuff. The sleuths that we say, the ones that actually like deep lore everything. Like
way
thank
deeper
you.
than mine.
I was about to say thank you. Like without you guys, I don't know where I would get my information. You know what I mean? Like, there's sometimes that there's some stuff that slips by me, and I'm just like, how? How did they? Who? Again, it goes back to y'all either have badass computers, frame by frame frame literally movements
like that little turned out that like half a second turns,
and then or like again what is it? I always want to call it the bingo book, but it's the like data book for Naruto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I think that's
those data books are really.
I think even on comics, like they have the comics, the strengths, they're pounds per pressure, etc. La 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 la. I think it's dope. Those are the ones that like took that to heart, memorized it, and then Spider-Man would have wrecked homie. Like you know what I mean? Like
speaking of which, I don't know if you want to go news still.
We go ahead.
But I was gonna segue to Peacemaker.
Yeah, I was like, go for it.
I was gonna go with Peacemaker real quick. So now I'm like, Marvel is technically canon in DCU.
Right? Okay.
I was like, so is it just the comics? Is it the movies? Is like what?
Is it the characters?
Yeah, like
Because it was a meme.
yeah,
So is
but you had that character came from the comics, so the comics have to be accurate, like something. So
and in connection to that, James Gunn actually reached out to Ryan Reynolds to have Deadpool in one of the doors.
oh really?
Like to run into Deadpool
Oh, wow.
in one of the multiverses, but
That would have been
it said
funny.
now that Disney or he runs
Mhm.
like really in the knit with Disney because they made the Disney and Wolverine or whatever. I mean Deadpool and Wolverine. It was gonna be too big of a hoop to
Yeah,
get through to
yeah.
get him in on his show. So, but it goes to that, you know what I mean? Like MCU would have crossed into DCU's path there,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That'd have been dope.
But I mean, it'll be really cool for that only because I do know, like I've told you, I mean, you discussed the few crossovers that they have done in the comics. So I was like, it's really cool. So we do know this stuff exists now. Technically, I just don't know how big it is in
like
that universe.
character, person,
Yeah.
comic, like, you know what
which
I mean?
one
Like,
is this
yeah,
right
yeah,
now?
yeah.
Because we know,
We Spider meme.
yeah, we Spider-Man meme. So I was like, you dropped it right there. So now, now it's like for me, it's just like there's a few things in this episode where I was like, okay, now I need to know. And then there was a few things I was like, I want to stop watching right now. But we'll get to that.
Look at that. I think that was cool. I think that, again, you taking it to the next level, all deepish. I didn't think of it like that, but yeah, I was like, oh well, MCU's in the DCU, you know what I mean? Face value.
But
Every time.
But I'm like, how many characters do they know of? What comic? Like, is it a new comic? Is it just as old as what we know? Like, they could do a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So I just like, I'm very interested in how they try to play that.
If movies ever got that far, I mean, MCU has to get his shit together. Like,
well, not just them, but then you also have to do the whole legal loops for which characters can cross over if they'll allow it, and all that stuff.
And shit. Jesus.
Yeah.
I still to this day wonder how that happened. Like how certain studios own certain rights to characters. Like
they just that's they don't own they own the movie rights. They don't own the actual character. And that's a crazy concept in itself because okay, you can make a movie, but your movie cannot change. I think they're like not allowed to change certain aspects of that character.
Interesting. Okay.
So like with
Hulk, right? Was it Universal owned Hulk?
Universal owned Hulk, yeah.
But, so that was the only one that was really far out.
Yeah,
yeah. It was the Fox.
Yeah, Fox, 21st Century.
21st Century. There were the main ones. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I mean,
why'd you have to add that last part, Wolfus? Why had that?
He's a Snyder fan, man. No, but I mean, especially considering you got Gunn, who knows the Marvel workaround and how they worked and everything. Like what, like I mean, you discussed how what worked for them, what didn't. Bring it to the DCU, and his like thought process and ideology for DCU is going to be try to keep Peacemaker was great. I loved it. I didn't think I would, but I really did like it. Superman actually was good. Looking forward to Clayface. Supergirl. Still don't know exactly where that's going to place, but I'm really looking forward to this. It just the crossovers, like for company wise, is probably going to be the hardest things to get through because both of them are going to bicker and fight over who gets most of the profit, who gets this and that, and it's just like, especially like.
It wouldn't be the crossover event that we would want. Truly.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The hundreds and hundreds of characters meshing together.
Oh, yeah.
It just won't happen to that extent. Again, a civil war, if I may say.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Civil War. When I heard Civil War and then I saw what it was, I was so let down.
Did you... So you weren't even hyped to go see it? Like when it was like in theaters? Like
I would. What got me hyped was when they reenact Spidey, yes. because that was his first reintroduction into the actual MCU. But there was they showed that fight with Iron Man and Captain America.
Oh, and
and it was an actual comic panel. Like that
the
was
laser beams and the shield.
Yeah, because that was an actual, like, I don't know if you ever saw the comparison.
Okay.
It was like legit 1-for-1 almost, and it was great. And I was like, okay, I need to go see it for that. And then yeah, it's still disappointing because I'm like, this isn't even the right premise for what Civil War was. And I'm like, you can never the Civil War in the comics can never come to fruition because MCU changed so much. Because in the comics, it was their identities that had to be revealed. But everybody knows who you are in the MCU, so it doesn't matter. So, like, the government was trying to make you sign your identity over, so that way everybody's held under the same responsibility or whatever. And if you're not, then you will be considered a vigilante, will arrest you, do whatever. But a lot of the heroes that weren't going to sign over were like, we have the identities to save not us, but the people around us, our families. Like, that's the reason we do this, not because we like want to just dress up like whatever. And yeah, dude, like, you had the people that chose their side, and then some stuff happened in the comics, and then people flop sides, and it was a great comic series. So that was great.
For it to come out the way it did was just like,
yeah, that was never going to be in the books.
Yeah,
never.
Yeah. See, and that's what I'm worried about, is that, you know, again, to bring it to that what people expect, you know what I mean, like what they're wanting.
Yeah, I mean, Superman is supposed to be the Boy Scout. Batman is supposed to be the one like that, you know, by any means necessary.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good time to bring in the reference to this, you know, conversation. So we got a James Gunn explanation as to what the ending post-credit scene with Mr. Terrific and Superman what it meant. And there he was like, first he like says something about like the fans, you know, being able to, you know, see something in that scene that, you know, thought it would pass by most people, but it didn't, you know what I mean? So what it was, the metaphor for this was the world split in two. I'm trying to put it back together again. But it's not gonna be what you want. Exactly. It's not gonna fit exactly how you want it. Yeah. He's like, but I did my best. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's the metaphor there. Yeah. You know, like the cracks weren't aligned. He's like, what do you want me to do? Take it apart again and, you know, put it back together? Like, you know. Yeah. So I thought that he was hilarious. Like, it can be so, you know, so mean sometimes. Shoot, like, darn. So, but yeah, so that's what he was saying. You know, he's gonna try. You know, he's doing his best. You know, but it's not gonna fall right into what everybody wants. You know what I mean? Exactly. Perfect.
And I mean, that metaphor works for in universe and also like for Gunn right now with like Wolvis and like probably some of our stances is some of us are very like he's, you know, doing one way and people enjoy it other ways, like a lot of people don't. So
and to Wolvis's point, what he was stating last week was the, you know, the Batman, like the Batman. The Batman is, you know, not the Batman. I need to stop saying it like that. The DCU's Batman has to come with some grit.
Heat, yeah.
That is his distinguishing factor. If you can differentiate fun and go go lucky, and then, you know, the real, like, you know.
But again, we discussed this like last week. It was Clayface is going to be the real big point for us.
Because it's horror, body horror, rated R.
Yeah, rated R. It's supposed to have more of a like a grittier, darker aspect to it. So if he's still bringing too much funny with that, then I don't see him accomplishing a good Batman or a Justice League.
Or like Wolves said, get someone else to write and direct.
Write and direct. Yeah, get somebody else that like. But that's what bothers me so much, because James Gunn, I know he does his research. And I know he knows what he's going to talk about and what he wants to do.
As far as lore-wise.
Yeah. But you inject so much of your funny that it starts pulling back from the actual lore now. And not everything needs to have jokes. Or as many.
So, I mean, again, in his case, the Batman. You know, the Batman was freaking insane. Like, a crazy character, introduction to the Riddler, like a different type of Riddler that, you know, I'm not used to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so again, someone that's not comic oriented, I was just like, yo, this is deep. And then again, you got those, people that know the lore, and this is based off of this, Riddler, and this Riddler's so sick, So again, I love that, you know what I mean? So, but in that sense, I mean, that was a dark toned movie through and through, no light, heartedness at all, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. I just don't like it being as visually dark. Because sometimes they just I understand Batman's supposed to operate at night.
Yeah.
But I can still see the movie.
You ain't gotta make me be in the night.
Like there's no moon out. There's no. Dude,
it's always cloudy in freaking Gotham. Like Jesus Christ, give me a star or two. Yes, in his world it was very dark.
No, but it was funny because I saw somebody. What is that channel on YouTube? Pitch Meeting.
Okay.
And it was funny because he'll give you like a breakdown of the movie, but like hit all the faults for it and just kind of make jokes about it and everything. I love it. It's hilarious. Sometimes if I feel iffy about watching a movie that already came out and he has the recap over it, I'll watch what he does and see if I like it. Even like, okay, that does sound interesting. I want to go watch it.
Look like how long has he been doing video? Like forever?
For a while. Movies? Like a lot of movies. A lot. Like he was actually part of Screen Crush, I believe, originally. He was part of a different YouTube channel where he did on there and then he went into his own.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah.
I see, yeah. And you could see James Gunn's
funny silliness
in his parts, in the parts that he wrote or in his characters, you know what I mean? So I see what he's saying there now. You know what I mean? Like, so I get maybe written by James Gunn, directed by somebody so and so. You know what I mean?
Or maybe not even written by somebody else, directed by him.
Produced,
like because you have the book, you could direct it like a certain way. There's only so many ways you could go with the way it was written. If it's not going to have a funny, you could still direct it that way.
Unless he does, I mean. Because I'm pretty sure he didn't like the creative oversight in MCU, so I would assume he would trust the director he chooses
to do it
do his properly.
You know, what I did here too. Did I discuss this with you? I feel like I did. Well, it might have been with my wife though. But in Infinity War, when Thanos has Gamora and he has her and he has the freaking gauntlet faced at Star-Lord, they said originally they were gonna just have him poof out and have Star-Lord not shoot Gamora. But when they brought in Gunn's like, no, as much as it's gonna pain him to do it, he will do it. He made her that promise. And so they put in the actual final cut, him shooting. Gunn. Yeah. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, I love the fact that Gunn actually was like, no, he's gonna
his character promised. Would. Yeah.
He like, it was like a promise, and he's like, especially somebody he cares about, he's going to keep that promise. And then having Thanos turn the bubbles was such a good little, like, I love it. Like, it was good. I liked it.
And that was James Gunn his introduction.
His input.
Okay. So then that, I say that is the route. Then unless he's got some cojones, some huevos, and like, he's like, I'll go show the world I got dark, in me, what I mean?
I'm gonna show him how dark I can be.
You want dark? I'll give you dark. Like,
I'm gonna write the whole script on black
as he
paper.
has a Snyder shrine behind him, like, lit candles and everything.
Calm down.
Getting the aura of the Snyderverse, right?
I'm gonna write it on black paper and black ink. I'll show you how dark this is gonna get.
Puts out the picture on Instagram, like just a black script, can't even tell what it is.
People are like, wait, is
that Death Note? I can see some people stamping like an AI photo of Death Note on there. Like,
although, you know what else I could see people doing? And it might sound crazy, but I could totally see it, is them scanning that, printing it out, and trying to see what edges.
Changing the what is it, the exposure, right? Or
Yes,
like
yes,
making it
yes.
a negative, and then,
Yes.
that would be wicked,
I can see
bro.
people doing that.
If he did that and people figured it out, dude, we said it here first on the the Hideout on 2025, guys. He has not probably even conceptualized the Batman for DCU, so it's right now on the Hideout. You heard it here. But yeah, guys, that'll be freaking crazy. But yeah, Cojones or directed by someone else.
Yeah.
So I mean, and then we who's the director for Clayface?
Let me see, because I don't think he's directing that one, right?
Yeah, he's not directing Clayface. He's, I think, in the mix. I don't even think he's written Clayface. Excuse me, because he's got he was given the script, if I'm not mistaken.
Why is my stuff going on? James Watkins is the director.
Okay. What's his IMDb?
Let's see.
Wolf is coming with the pressure for sure. He said, but no pressure though. He said the casting is important, and then Robin is just as important, because if Robin can't progress into Batman, then no one likes him. Then the Batman cast won't be respected. Like, that's freaking. Yeah, but no pressure.
I mean, that is a big thing though, because Batman is one of their most beloved characters. Like Batman, when you think of DC, normally it's either Superman or Batman. You hardly get anybody else.
Swear, like I had to make my own logo because when I look up DCU like signs, there's not one like a Marvel sign right here. Like there isn't one. Like it literally is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and some sprinkle of the Flash. Like, you know what I mean? But it's literally those three, like Batman, Wonder Woman, and Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. And again, Batman and Superman overshine everything else.
Yeah.
Like it's their logo, it's their their car, their figurines, everything. So, but yeah, 100%. It was literally, I had to make my own DC logo because I wasn't finding anything online. Like,
okay, so he hasn't directed a whole lot, but there are a few that are like standouts, I think.
Okay. In your opinion, you got a pretty good opinion, so I trust.
At least 3 of them.
What are they?
The Women in Black.
Okay.
With Daniel Radcliffe.
Uh-huh.
There's Black Mirror. He directed some of the episodes on TV. Yeah. And then Speak No Evil with
James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
So.
Okay. I'll give James McAvoy's last one, or that one was a really good one.
I'm like, okay, I'm interested in seeing what he
can
pull out.
Daniel, what was his name?
James Watkins.
James Watkins. Okay, for sure. So then, so again, lore. I think he's already laying it out. We'll go ahead and head into some Peacemaker. Speaking of, again, we now have an idea where the DCU is going. So with that idea, could we have an idea of what Batman he's gonna bring? Like, because
it's kind of difficult because you could have an idea, but there's so many different Batman iterations he could pull from. Like
in that run, though, because again, he said he's not relying on the Salvation run. He's using it as an anchor, as we always talk about, a blueprint.
Yeah,
but it is not directly that storyline, because he said to help you understand, there's a big part in that story arc that deals with Lex and the Joker, and he's not going that route. Like he won't. Okay, he doesn't want that iteration of the Joker and Lex.
Okay,
like so he's using it again as a blueprint, but nothing distinguishable from that will be for sure. You know what I mean?
See, but that's the thing. Like with that alone, you're not sure if you're going to get the Batman from that run.
Truth. Damn it. Answer my own question. Answer my own question.
That's the only thing. Like it would be possible to get that Batman from that run, but we got to see what Batman that is, because we do know, supposedly we know it's Batman the Brave and Bold, which is an older Batman. So it depends on what version they want to take it. it's just kind of difficult to pin down exactly what iteration he wants to comply.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm excited. He's just blown my mind with this Peacemaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It ended up being a really good show.
I was a little disappointed with it, though.
The finale?
Yeah.
So are you with most. Like, again, me, personally, I knew we weren't going to get a lot of cameos. I felt it, but I was wanting it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's my downfall to me, my high hopes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, giving too much credit where, you know.
Well, especially because, like, when I was watching it, I remember you saying that Gunn was saying that this was, like, his masterpiece and whatnot, like, and all that. And I'm just like,
you've done better.
Where?
You've done better.
I was like, okay, I see. I was like, don't get me wrong. Maybe it's just me wanting to see some action or something else like with it. But I'm like of two minds of this because it was an okay episode, like episode wise, but it was a great episode story wise. Like for the story, it pushed a lot forward.
So maybe that's what he meant.
Yeah.
You know, like a good written piece, like like a composer looks at his music. You know what I mean? Like that's it right there. That's my.
It was a good story, you know what I mean? Story wise. Like it was a very good episode story wise, but I was like kind of not as captivated as like the last couple episodes. Like the last episode was great.
Yeah, the kick to the door. We didn't know if Vigilante made it. Vigilante number 2 made it. Like we got told to us, all the, things were going to come to a close. Homie never came in this episode to see, if he was alive or not. Like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. So I can see your point. You were waiting for like the, big fight scene to come out of prison or like, fighting the guards because he was mad or something. You know what I mean? Like, it was definitely all story.
Yeah.
But he did say again, this is integral to the DCU. Like it is.
It's because was it Sovereign?
Huh?
The planet. It's because
yeah.
I was like, I feel like so. What's integral is the planet and not Peacemaker.
Well, he's still saying Peacemaker is going to make an appearance in the Superman Man of Tomorrow, etc., 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 etc. So. And all these characters are going on to the world, into the world. So, into the DCU, I should say. And then what I like also is he says that DCU, what he likes about it is they are fake worlds. They're not like the USA like it is in Marvel, like where they're in New York City and they're in the Bronx and so but this is its own like actual thing. I never thought about that. I was like,
I mean, they're based off of those places, but it's Gotham and freaking
Metropolis. I was trying to think too. I was like, whoa, because what is the Flash's city? I can't remember.
I can't remember it right now. I was gonna say New Dawn, but I think that's from a game.
But yeah, nonetheless, so they're fake cities in a real world. You know what I mean? So, dude, I don't know, man. The the most action we got was them getting attacked by those little mites, those little
those things are crazy. I actually enjoyed them, like looking through the doors and stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. Again, the shit was. I try to think about it, like, because in our eyes, that's like crazy funny, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
it's horrific.
Like to be known that you're getting like scratched out in your mask and everything,
he bit off his nose.
They bit off his face, like dead. It was
that little thing, the razor.
Oh, dude! Where did he get the broken glass? Did the mask already break at that point?
Was it not a razor?
No, it was a glass. So I feel like his mask broke already at that point because she said pull, right? And then
didn't his mask break on when she was pulling them?
I don't remember. That's the only because it was a piece of glass. It wasn't a razor blade. It was a piece of glass.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was a razor blade.
That shit made me laugh. He's like,
yeah, and as cute as they are, and everything, like,
but dude, again, and then to, when they would sprinkle glitter when they would die, boom, boom, bing. I thought that was the little. I like the sound effect, the sprinkle dust sound effect.
I found out too because you said you didn't stay for the
ending,
and everything, but I was watching it, and they said that they had those are CGI, of course, but they had people make actual models of them, so that way they could show the placement and everything. And they said some of the ones that when they were popping and squeezing their heads off and destroying their bodies, those were actually the models. So there's guts inside of them. So
that's dope.
Like, that is so
cool. See that he thinks of that far ahead. That's dope. That's freaking dope.
No, I have to find out now. I have to find out. It's bothering me.
That's funny. But yeah, so they go exploring in this in the dimensional unfolding chamber. So the DUC is what they call it. So the gist of it is, I guess homie is out of prison because he's in regular clothes now. The dude that's working with Lex, the computer guy. So what was his name? Ham. Something like that. I can't remember. Hamburg or something like that.
Something.
But nonetheless, he's working. So they get the portal. They open it up. They were like, "Hey, it's all good for a go." And he talks to Economos, and Economos like, "Yeah, sure, I guess." It just they're going in there, and as soon as they go in the portal, we lose all comms, all resources, everything. We don't know vitals. Yeah, sure, we're okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but he made a point. Like, how do we don't even know what the hell we're doing this for now? Like, yeah,
that was true statement. Like, when have we ever, done anything good for the people? You know what I mean? Good for the people. Like that moment of realization of Hardcore was dope. You know what I mean? Like, she was just like, again, I give it to the actors to portray that moment of realization, to have a distinguishable look, to notice that there's a switch in their brain. You know what I mean? I love that. Like, that moment right there can be animated. That's for sure, because you're making the animation.
Yeah, you're making the animation.
The person to portray that moment of realization is true acting. I think. I know I probably could never do that. Like, to give you that glance, and in their eyes you see it. But yeah, it was a crazy moment for Hardcore to realize that. That goes deeper into what they end up finding out, so we finally find out about the boat. At least that answer was given to us. Like, 1 month ago, I was like, why does this matter? What happened 1 month ago? And then it was a date. Like, what the heck?
But it was just like, because the way they were setting it up, it almost like they slept together.
Yeah.
But it was just like a kiss and everything. So I was like, okay.
He's like a little kid, bro. Like, he just genuinely was like, I just want to know. Like, you know what I mean? You left him hanging. Like, boy was in love. Like, you know what I mean? He felt, he zinged. You know what I mean? Like,
we almost there? You only zing once.
No.
But that's what they thought.
Yeah. In that movie reference, yes. Later down the line. But
okay, so he grabbed something from somewhere, but it wasn't the mask, because the mask's still intact.
It's still not broken.
Yeah.
Okay, so they had glass on that planet.
Yeah, something. Yeah. And I love how they're like closing the door too and everything.
Titties! Pull! The fact that the nickname stuck. She said, I love that shit so much, dude. For him to die with the story of what he was talking about before his death,
oh my
everyone's gonna know he threw up on a stripper. Like, that's his last conversation. Or like, what's his name, Pee Wee, or like, like his nickname for him.
I was just like, dude, I was like, now you feel like an asshole for telling that story.
He screamed. That was a scream of like, I fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I really care for the guy. Like, you know what I mean?
I was just making fun. Yeah. Like,
I didn't want him to die. Yeah. Like, dude, that in such a serious moment, that shit had me rolling. Titties, pull.
And then this moment right here too, when he.
Oh yeah, he's like, what the fuck?
I was about to turn it off, and it's like,
pull it up.
Oh man, no, but
yeah, the nickname stuck, man. It was great. But we come to find out that Rick's got more of a sinister thing going. Like again, the main concept of this was like they didn't know. They were just going there in their blind, and then you're just seeing. But the crazy thing is showing like the switch in Rick Flag of doing it for Rick Flag Jr., but then also now he's like getting power, power hungry. You know what I mean? Like you could see it.
It's almost he's slowly becoming Waller.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And then so you see that those scenes of where people are dying out there. You know what I mean? Like, laughing. And then they're pouring bottles and laughing and like having a good time. Mm-hmm. Like, and then what's crazy is it's soundproof. Like they can't hear out there. Mm-hmm. Apparently, remember there was one of the scenes that she came out and they're like she's talking to her and he didn't hear nothing up there. Like, I'm just wondering how that works. You know what I mean? But like, just crazy. It's crazy to see that little that change again, and then it's brought up later. Like you were not but a month ago talking shit on Lex, and now you're like pushing his ideas. Pushing his ideas. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So apparently this is a lot more darker than it is. James Gunn stated the connection between him and Lex is starting to mesh. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I still didn't see the grand connection to the Man of Tomorrow, despite Salvation Run. There was a lot of hearsay saying that we were going to hear like a hint of Brainiac, but we didn't get that because he just made a small moment. The dude that's working with Lex, the computer whiz, said that this is definitely beyond anything our capabilities can do. You know what I mean? Like this is whatever. Like, and it was just like that small snippet. That's all you got. You know what I mean? So we still don't know who and how the dimensional unfolding chamber works. You know what I mean? And who made that? You know what I mean? So I was waiting for a bigger reveal because again, it goes back to that little the theory hypes. Mm-hmm. It was just like we're gonna get a tease, or there's gonna be cameos. Like I was waiting for one more cameo in one of those universes or something to connect us to that Man of Tomorrow. Other than the fact that the Salvation Run, what I mean? Like that was that I feel is like what was the culmination of this episode was like to lead into that. Yeah. That idea of what he's going with, you know what I mean? So, but it makes you wonder again, like, did Waller, I'm ready for the Waller series, now that you made that comment. It's still there. I think it is. Because if he's still talking about the Authority, and Waller was way before the Authority, I think we'll still see it somewhere. It's going to probably come out with where she's at, what she's been up to, kind of thing, maybe. Again, each story is its own. He made a mention again on a podcast that, to watch Man of Tomorrow, you don't have to watch Peacemaker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's making you make sure that that his shit will still be separate, but it's still a big story. It's still connected. They're still in the same realm. Speaking of, off to the side here, there was a theory of the plot premise of it being why it's a mystery show, The Lanterns, is because they're going to be investigating the death of the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott. So the Lanterns are trying to find out. I don't know if I was covering my face. What happened to him, the mysterious death or whatever. But he said that what happened in Peacemaker, there's only one connection that will be connected to show you that it is connected. Like there's not going to be a lot of drops and what happened at Belle Reve and da 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 is just he mentioned that there's gonna be something that you will catch that says, oh, that happened in Peacemaker. But if you didn't watch Peacemaker, it doesn't matter because you just know that there's something in the world happening that they know about. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so I like it. I hope he keeps that direction. You know what I mean? Because again, every time we get a movie, I don't know if y'all fans know this, but like every time we get an MCU movie, like they put out certain movies on the Disney Plus show to watch before you watch the movie. You know what I mean?
You're gonna need these to make sure you understand that.
Who this guy? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so that's tough. You know what I mean? Like that is freaking tough. So like this random piece of news that came up was the Vision Quest was a trilogy. I did not know that. The trilogy that started with WandaVision will conclude with Vision Quest. What is the second part of the trilogy?
Agatha All Along?
Visit? Or Multiverse of Madness?
Oh, it could be Multiverse. Yeah, definitely. Because it did have Wanda and everything in it. And her whole thing to get the kids. Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know. But a trilogy, yeah. They call it a trilogy. You know what I mean? So, but
sometimes
again,
their wording is just...
But to that extent, now for you to understand Vision Quest, you gotta watch Wanda, you gotta watch the multiverse, and then who knows if it is tied to Agatha, so we gotta watch Agatha. You know what I mean? Like, to understand, you know what I mean? Like, and so sorry about you if you haven't been there that all this time, but you know what I mean? Even then, speaking of, like, you know, I would have to watch that. I couldn't just watch the last couple episodes and remember. I'm that guy that would watch it all over again. You know, thanks a lot. You know, Disney, I gotta watch 17 hours of shit before I go watch the movie or watch the next show. You know,
the movie comes out in 2 weeks. You got enough time,
right? They don't even give you that much time. They just preemptively just made this little like collection to watch before you know the whatever. It's just like but yeah. So this this connection with James Gunn, I feel, was leading up to that Salvation run, and then I don't know. I'm excited. It's a crazy ass concept. They don't know where they're gonna pop out from. Like they now like have control of a door, and they can pop this door open at anywhere on that planet, and they can't escape. You know what I mean? Like once the portal's closed, they're there. Like wild. And again, like, would Waller do it?
I could see her doing it.
You know what I mean?
I definitely see
for
her
the greater good of the humanity. Like, you know, I don't know. Like, shit is a wild concept. And again, Lex
I'm pretty
is doing
sure in
this.
comics, Waller was the one that did it.
Oh, really? On the Salvation run? So then again, just to have Lex be doing this behind bars, like, you know, he's behind bars, still controlling the narrative. You know what I mean? So he still has power. He still is still gonna affect metahumans. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be freaking wild. I'm excited. Just because it's a TV show and we're getting it already mixed in with movies. You know what I mean? Like what we've been wanting. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a good run. I believe so. Next one, and you know, on the title, The Wait Begins. You know, the next one don't come out till Supergirl, so we ain't seen nothing DC. Oh no, Creatures Commandos.
Creatures Commando come out what then? End of this year or next year?
December / January. Okay. And then we get Supergirl in the summer. So we gotta wait.
And then I think between the summer and Clayface's Lanterns, right? So,
woo, it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see what he comes with. Darker Supergirl is gonna be darker than Superman. That's already told. Then we're gonna get darker. We're going into horror Clayface, but I like the jump. So we're gonna get we got funny, we got emotional, we got funny again with Creatures Commandos now again. Then we get darker with Supergirl, like he said. Then we got Lanterns. That's gonna be a mystery, show. And then we're gonna get the horror. So we're getting like the whole emotional roller coaster, as far as emotions and range, as far as
that works for the lanterns.
Yeah.
The whole emotional spectrum.
It's after the show. I do have a picture that I was tripping. I was like, I need to send this to Emmanuel to see if he knows about this line or whatever, this comic run. But yeah, dude. I have full faith in James Gunn. I really wish I would jump into the watch. I would have been able to do the watch, with the show with him, because they do it on the night of the release or something, and they are all live.
Yeah,
and the comments that he's been answering here lately have been to those people that are on that the live release.
I didn't. Yeah.
They do a episode release party watch, and every Thursday they would like go on Twitter or Instagram, one of the two. There will be live, and I think it's Twitter because X. He responds on X, so they would be streaming the show. They're watching it, and people are commenting, in real time. Oh my god, what does this lead to? Da 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 da. So I guess he weeds through those comments, and that's where his replies come from. So
okay, that's cool.
I was like, dang it, man! I didn't find out till episode 7 that he did that. So I was like, oh man! I was like, he's been doing that every episode. I was wondering why he was so on top of the comments. So it was on the watch parties. So I hope he keeps that up. Again,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, his interjections are needed. I just hope that one rumor that we heard that even the studio was like upset with him being so forward was fake. You know what I mean? Because in my opinion, it's saving him in a way, in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Both because he knows us, like in small amount of times with the small gap of like watching let's just say we watch it on Thursday and there was no watch party or whatever. By Friday, the rumors can already go rampant. Like, oh man, did you see this? Like, no,
people are already picking it apart.
Yeah, cutting it at the source, and we can't speculate too far. Yeah. We can still have some hope and dreams and maybes, but he doesn't let them get too out of reach. Yes, you know what I mean? Like, okay, well, that was a good one, but reel it back, come back here, like, you know what I mean? So, tuning in, what's up, Shadow? Welcome in. We're on a short episode today, so hopefully you catch a little bit of the show. We're just talking about the finale of Peacemaker, how James Gunn did his thing. Now we're just wrapping that up. You got to pull down the thing. Let me see. Got to see it all.
There you go. Oh, let me see if I can lock the light out the way.
There you go. Yeah. Courtesy of our host Emmanuel here. So it's always fun to miss that.
Galactus approves.
Oh yeah. Dude, every time I push that button, bro, every time, I just wish it just made the noise.
Oh,
I'm telling you, dude.
We need to hook it up somehow.
Somehow, bro. Like that or whenever we get in the editing booth, like all the times that we pressed it. I fell off on the anime portion of our show heavily.
That's why he said it's forgotten.
I feel terrible. It sucks.
Look, he's living up to what our original aspect for it. Oh, okay, there it goes. It says they're reconnected. We are
sorry,
back.
Guys.
Sorry, people.
If that's cutting into the live, let me see here.
Probably. I don't see how it wouldn't though. I don't have Twitch anymore. What happened to my Twitch? Oh, Shadow doesn't feel like we just ended it.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Are you on Facebook?
Yeah, I was gonna see what happened on Facebook. All right, it still shows one consistent stream. I don't know what happened. Maybe you caught us talking to ourselves here for a little bit, but yeah, I apologize. I don't know if my internet went out on our end, but thank y'all for sticking around if y'all did. But that just means wrap it up. That's what it means. Basically, it was already going to be a short show this weekend, so maybe that's a sign. But again, I am making a failure on my part, guys, on anime. But I need to pick it up. I really want to just have an anime filled episode. again, we did it. Well, I discussed this last week and didn't get to do it, but again, there's just so much out there, like literally just so much. And then again, even bigger than the realms that we're talking, like there's season 3s and 4s of like shows that I've never even heard of, rolling out at the same time, that other people are hyped about, you know what I mean? For it to be even on season 3, season 4 has to be good, for the studio to produce, you know what I mean? So, way bigger than the spectrum that we can bring you here, but just on what we touch base here, we got Kaiju, we got One Punch Man coming up tomorrow, starting to roll out every Sunday. We got My Hero that we're on currently on Saturdays. Part is episode 2 came out today. Let's see. Did I say Kaiju already?
Yeah.
Kaiju already rolled out. One Piece already won. Fire Force. We just made an announcement for Fire Force season 3 part 2 coming out January. Like, that's just again what we've covered, and so there's way more. Lord of the Mysteries. There's
just Chainsaw Man movie coming out.
Chainsaw movie, just insane. And then again, the comparisons, dude. 50 million only so far in the 30 days Japan release.
Yeah.
So it just blows my mind. Again, broke record, $650 million Demon Slayer freaking box
worldwide,
office.
Yeah.
Like,
off a $20 million budget.
Wild, bro. Boys still popping bottles today. They're like, still riding the high.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Nah, I can't even say that because they're getting ready for part 2. Like, they're already in the studio doing work. You know what I mean?
That is true.
Like, so they're just they're going to celebrate on part 3 when they're trillionaires. Yeah. When they're trillionaires, because they're going to make 650 billion every time. Like, you know what I mean? Million. Like, just going to be wild, dude. Wild. But yeah, guys, stay tuned with us again. Thank y'all, for still watching us every week, and more to come. I'm super excited for all the anime, all the movies. It's just back to back to back. That's all I keep thinking in my head. Like, there's nothing more.
This year has just been jam packed.
Yeah.
It's just a really big year.
Big year. So again, guys, one more time before we go. No show next weekend. Again, we'll post on Facebook, but to those on YouTube and Twitch, there's no way of communicating on a board or something to say that we're not going to be on. But no show next week. A show on the 25th. And then no show on the 1st of November 1st. So the week after. So no show. Like, Jesus, woo. So
I saw it working.
Yeah, man, that was tough, man. So yeah, guys. Again, thank you guys. Peacemaker out now, fully 8 episodes on HBO Max. We have Crunchyroll if you have it. I don't know what any other services there is. So it is My Hero Saturdays, One Punch on Sundays, guys. So to follow us and keep up with us, that is what we'll be rolling out with. And yeah, guys, y'all have another wonderful week. Again, thank y'all for the short show. Y'all be safe. See y'all next week.
Thank y'all for joining us.
2 weeks. See y'all in 2 weeks.